I went to Houston, Texas a month and a half ago, and the brother who has me to come every year, he goes and works in the sugarcane field. What he does is he got a long distance truck. He parks his truck in the field, and for 6 months he sit up and watch videos, and they knock on the truck, and he drives the cane to the factory. He said they got machines that load the truck and everything, and he drives it to the factory. They got machines to take it off. So he don't do nothing but touch nothing but the steering wheel. For 6 months he makes some big time money. You know, maybe $60,000 for 3 months, 4 months. Just sitting in a truck. So he said, and he was telling me, he said, but the sugar cane, he said, the sugar cane, I said, yeah, I said, so, he said, the sugar cane is this big. Now, has anybody saw real sugar cane?
Yes.
Now, we know that sugar cane is that big around. He's saying the sugar cane that they harvest is this big around. The same as this pen, that's what the sugar cane is. Which we know sugar cane is about, if I was to pull this up, it's the same, it's in this thing, it's the same size as that roll inside of this thing. About that big around, about big as a damn silver dollar, about big as a silver dollar. So he said, it's this big around, so they clone the sugar cane. Now, check it out. He said not only do they clone it, you can't sell to the mills that process the sugar. You can't sell the regular sugar cane to those mills. They don't buy it. So, if you pull up to the mill with the real shit, they won't buy it. They only buy the one that comes like this, the clone hybrid sugar cane. You see? I'm like, damn, I never sugar cane this small. He said, yeah. He said, they been stopped doing the other one. He said, and they won't buy it. He said, not only that, the government has to give you the seeds, here it goes again, to plant that sugar cane. And they don't buy the real sugar cane at all on these mills. I said, that's interesting. I said, okay, then that means that they have altered the sugar cane, and the sugar, the hybrid clone sugar, has to be the key to everything when it comes to shutting down the fucking melanin. Because you go to the juice aisle, what it says? Fructose corn syrup. You see what I'm saying? That's the same hybrid sugar. The sodas, same hybrid sugar. You see what I'm coming from here? So, apparently, it's in everything. So what they're saying is that they can control the melanin molecule by keeping it dormant through the cloned sugar. Why is this? Because we got to understand the reason why drugs affect us so much is because we're melanin people. And melanin responds to stimulants and altered substances, or substances of altered states of consciousness and stimuli and different types of drugs and certain types of foods. Melanin responds to that. Okay? Sugar in the ancient world was a potent drug. You see what I'm saying? It was a potent drug. Dr. Charles French said that the Egyptian priests used to take sugar and eat it and go to other levels of consciousness. It's just because sugars are such a part of our diet now, we don't get that. But then again, on the other hand, with us going to new beings, real sugar probably would. You see? So they already studied the melanin, understood that one of the keys, because they understood that marijuana makes the melanin levels jump within 13 minutes of smoking marijuana, the melanin levels increase 100%. That's what they talked about in the Russell J. Reader's book and Joe Robinson's book, Melatonin, Your Body's Own Wonder Drug. So, hence why marijuana is illegal. But sugar, to the ancients, had to have been one of those hallucinogenics or one of those drugs that, now try to understand this, how this goes. When they was making sugar off of a regular sugar cane, because we don't know how long they've been doing this shit. We found out about it 10, 15 years later. I just found out about this, and I was shocked, because the last time I ate some sugar cane in South Carolina, my grandfather used to bring that shit, and it'd be this big around. So when he told me something like this, I said, hold on, back the fuck up. I said, wait a minute, hold on, I know about some damn sugar cane. A brother from the islands came up to me in New York when I told the story, and he said, that's all we deal with down there, sugar cane. He said, but it's interesting, when I went home recently, what they planting is this shit right here. Now, what I'm saying is this about the sugar. Let's say, we don't know how long, let's say 15 years ago. The brothers only been working down there for about, I guess, 2 or 3 years. So, we don't know how long they've been doing these things. Let's say about 15 years ago, they had the regular sugar cane. Okay, the regular sugar. And you had, 15 years ago, there were certain cells and chakras and centers in your body that were shut down because we hadn't gone through the quickening period that we've gone through now. He said, well, how do we know there's a quickening period? You conscious, ain't you? Hell, 15, 20 years ago, you couldn't give this shit away. Nigga might look at you like you crazy. But all of a sudden, around the late 80s and the early 90s, we had a jump into consciousness. You remember? Until they shut it down in the mid-90s and put people back to sleep. But you all got on board. So what I'm trying to say here is this. Let's say if you had the real sugar now, which wouldn't have done nothing 15 years ago, but now you'd be going to another level. It would probably be something that would take you on another level, and melanin would respond to it. So therefore, they had to clone that, and that shit shuts down melanin because it's a shutdown product. It's a, you know what I'm saying? And the melanin responds to the low level of what this shit is.